if you speak English with a lot of pauses and hesitation, and if you really want to speak English fluently and naturally like an English native speaker, then this video is only for you. In this video, I'm gonna share you some steps that you have to follow to improve your fluency, to start thinking in English. So, without any further delay, let's get into the video. I Yashoda, welcome back to all of you in my YouTube channel English with Dehati Madam. And friends, in today's video, we are going to talk about how to think in English. Yes, friends, you have heard so many times from many English teachers that if you really want to speak fluent English, then you should start thinking in English. You should practice to think in English. Only by thinking in English you can speak fluent English. But it's not easy to start thinking in English all of a sudden, because we are Indians and it's not easy for us, because from our childhood, from our birth, we are habitual to our mother tongue. Then if we want to start thinking in English, if we want to learn to think in English, then it's not going to be so easy. Okay, we have to put efforts. Friends, all of us know that we are Indians and mostly we are speaking our mother tongue or Hindi language. So we are habitual to these two languages. Okay, first one is Hindi and the second one is our mother tongue. Okay, but we want to speak English. We want to learn to speak fluent English. So it's very difficult to start thinking in English all of a sudden. So if you want to learn to think in English, then I'm gonna give you some steps that you have to follow to start thinking in English. And by following these steps, definitely you will start thinking in English and you will improve your English. So in the first step, you will have to start from your morning. You will have to start thinking from the morning. When you get up in the morning, just sit down and think about what you have to do today. What are your plans? What are your plans to do today? Okay, what you want to do today? Like you have to go to the market and you have to buy some groceries. You have to go to the playground to play cricket. You have to go for a evening walk, morning walk. You have to brush your teeth. You have to wear your clothes. Just start thinking in English. Okay, but you have to take small steps. Only by practicing, only by taking small steps, you can do everything perfectly. The next step is observe the things and talk about the things in English. In this steps, friend, what you will have to do. Suppose that you are sitting in a garden. Suppose that you are in a market. Suppose that you are in everywhere. What you will have to do? You have to do observe the things around yourself. What is happening? Like suppose that you are in a garden and children are playing cricket. Some children are playing hide and seek, and some children are playing kho, and many of people were sitting in the garden. Some of them are talking with each other. In this way, just think in English. Okay, it's okay, you are making mistakes. So you are making mistakes, then improve it. Okay, but you have to think only in English. Don't think in Hindi. Make English your habit. And the next thing that you have to practice is conversation. You have to do conversation with yourself. Like you are going to have a conversation with someone. Okay, so you have to practice before having conversation with that person. You have to practice. First you have to practice with yourself. Like I'm going to meet my friend, so how can I practice? Hi Rima, hi Yashoda, how are you? I'm fine. And what about you? I'm also fine. And what about your daughters? What about your family? Tell me something about your family. In my family, they are my husband and kids and my mother-in-law, father-in-law, and all of them are okay. And what about yours? I'm also doing good. Like this, you have to conversation. You have to do Practice of your conversation, talking to yourself. Before starting the conversation, first you need to practice yourself. Okay, and you can also improve your English. You can also learn to think in English in this way. And the last step is revise your day. When you go to sleep in the night, revise your day. What have you done in that day? Recall your activities, what you have done on that day. From morning to evening, whatever you have done, just speak, just think in your mind. Like in the morning, I had my breakfast, then I went to office, then I met my friend, then I went to market, then I bought some vegetables, then I come back in my home. In this way, you have to revise your day. You have to recall your day. Practice of thinking, practice of English definitely will help you. And friends, I just want to give you another tip that you can use. Is there are so many English phrases and expressions that you can use to improve your fluency, to improve your English. Because friends, they are easily to use and they are easily to learn. And to learn these phrases, you don't need to focus on grammar to learn these phrases. And you can easily use to talk to yourself. You can easily use to talk with others. You can practice your English in an easy way. So friends, I think these steps will definitely help you if you really want to start thinking in English. And the another thing that I want to tell you is you have to do all the things with the consistency. I know that some of them will do it only for 1 or 2 days, and after 1 or 2 days you don't want to continue it. You will want to leave it. But if you really want to start thinking in English, if you really want to speak fluent English, then you will have to make it practice. You will have to make your habit. When you will practice 2 weeks, okay, then obviously automatically it will become your habit, and you don't need to put so much efforts to think in English. So first you need to start thinking in English by putting efforts, and automatically by trying again and again it will become your habit. Okay, in this way you will start thinking in English and you can learn to think in English. So friends, I think this video would be very helpful for you, and I think I have done what I want to say, and we will meet again in the next video. Till then, bye bye.